Hello, and welcome to the Relationship Renovation podcast, where we talk about having a wonderful, healthy, loving relationship, where we, Tara and I, a couple of therapists, talk about our own personal experience in relationship. We're married, we have a blended family. We've been together we'll have our 11-year anniversary pretty darn soon. And so my name is EJ Kerwin.
And I'm Tarah Kerwin. So we're always talking about amazing topics and issues around suffering, emotional safety, intimacy. Today we wanted to do a shorter but really fun, playful podcast and give you a really cool tool that we use with the couples we see here at our center, and with each other at our home. And it's about creating 6 words. We have 6 words that you're able to look at every single day and put them someplace very easily accessible so that you have a constant reminder of how you want your relationship to feel like, be like. And so today we're going to kind of just talk about, it's like a positive psychology intervention to really help build momentum and reminders, because our brain likes reminders or we forget about them, on really how to be intentional about getting what the heck you want.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's so important because we have this tendency as humans where we're really good at knowing what we don't want.
Yes.
Where we struggle sometimes to clarify what we do want. And we can tell our partner what we don't like about what they're doing or what we don't like about our relationship. We struggle to tell them what we want or what we do like about the relationship.
This darn human brain of ours.
Yeah, that negativity bias creeps in. And,
it's not our faults.
Yeah.
It's evolution.
Yeah. So we're just going to kind of go through this exercise together. We're just going to sort of model it ourselves. And hopefully it gives you then a framework where after you listen to this or you and your partner listen to this together, that then you guys can sit down for 20, 30 minutes and do this really fun, positive thing that has an impact upon your relationship and on your family as well, if you have a family.
Yeah. And really it's about, you're kind of sitting down, you're saying, okay, we're going to come up with 6 words together. And these words can change throughout your relationship. So just know that.
Yeah, because these are going to be new words for us. These aren't going to be our ones that we came up before with.
Yeah, you're just coming up with 6 words. And again, it's really important to put them somewhere where you can see every single day. Ours, we're in the kitchen often. And so ours we have on our whiteboard. And actually, I have to put them back up because I erased them for our New Year's Eve party. But so you want to put them somewhere where you can see them so that you don't forget them. And really, it's about when you're seeing them and looking at them, like, are we intentionally creating this, right? And this is where check-ins come in too, because you can be like, I noticed those 6 words and like, have you looked at them lately? Or are they just up there like just kind of taking space on our whiteboard?
Yeah. I mean, they're important for me because we, like Tara said, we put them in our kitchen and that's where a lot of our life sort of circulates around in our family. And if, say the one of the words is kind, and I look up and see it, and then I notice like, wow, I haven't expressed any kindness this morning yet, or I'm actually being kind of like withdrawn and pissy or whatever. I look at that and I'm like, oh, that's one of those things we're doing. We're being kind to one another, and it helps me generate that internally and then express it to Tara.
Well, so I'm excited because we're doing our 6 words new here with each other. And again, it's really important that you agree on all the 6 words. It can't be like, oh, you pick 3 and I pick 3. You have to kind of have a conversation and discussion around it. So you're on the same page, if you will.
Yeah.
Does that sound good? Okay.
Absolutely.
So how do you want to start this?
Well, why don't we sort of like each take turns? And I think this is good for people, like of introducing a word that's important, and then we can talk about it and make sure it's agreeable. And, a good thing to do is Tara's our note taker. We kind of decide like a couple would decide like, okay, who's our note taker? Who's going to keep track of this? So maybe you and your partner can decide like who's taking notes, and you can even switch it back and forth. That when one person is introducing a word, the other person, writes things down.
Yeah,
whatever
it's not
works for you
complicated.
guys. Yeah.
Okay, so for me, a word that I feel is important for our relationship would be playful, because it's just been an overwhelming year, recognizing a lot of things that have happened that I actually didn't even know happened, blah, 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 blah. I won't get into it, but I've been like more relieved, but also overwhelmed this past year than I have in a while. And I feel like I've lost my little playful side because stress happened and busy happened. And so playful to me feels really like we used to be really playful together. And yeah, I miss that part of me. And I'm not saying you lost your playfulness. I've lost my playfulness for sure.
Oh, I love playful being one of them because, there's just so much in life, I think, especially as you get older, that feels so heavy. And we get so much into that sort of worker bee, head space together where we like forget to joke and to play with one another. So I'm all for
Are you on
playful.
board? Okay, playful, our first word.
Yeah,
Woo-hoo!
playful is number one.
It is written down in green ink.
All right, me. And this takes a little bit of like sitting back and thinking, and we didn't prepare for this, just like you won't prepare for this. I haven't come in with my word. So what's a really important word for us? The word that just jumped into my head is loving, especially in the difficult moments, like having a lovingness in our relationship. And I've learned, loving came up because I like to be loved, but I've also learned so much over the years, like how important it is for you to have that loving, connection between the two of us, whether it's you just come in or I hear you drive up and I walk out and greet you with a loving exchange and help you bring in the groceries or whatever. So yeah, loving to me is a really important thing for us to be expressive of. And
I am in agreement that our second word could be loving because it just feels like together. Yeah. Like not alone.
Well, and so many other of our relationships in life, whether it's at work or, just a lot of relationships, there's not that. And that's like what we want, right? That's what's unique about this relationship.
And it's different. It's a different kind of love than with our children, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. Okay, so far we have playful and loving.
All right.
And I'm not thinking while you're talking, but I sort of am, but I'm practicing active listening while also being like, ooh, that just reminded me of another good word. Yeah. And it's patience.
That was honestly popping into my head as well. Like, yeah, absolutely. Tell me more. Help me understand. Like,
I think that we're both really taking ourselves individually and our relationship to a higher level. And, we also know, we're trying to know how to do it better and that it's a process and that just like you're working on being more verbal with your emotions, like, do I want you to just like, blah, give it to me all at once? Yeah, but that if I'm not patient, it's going to actually block your process and it's not going to allow you to come to me and be vulnerable if I'm not patient with your process. So that's what I was thinking.
Yeah. And patient for the fact that although we're tied together, that even stressors that affect both of us, they affect both of us in different ways. And I need to be patient with your response and the way you deal with difficult things, and hopefully, it's reciprocal that you can be patient, that I won't deal with things in the same way as you.
Yeah.
So yeah.
All right.
Like
we
that.
have our third word. So playful, patient, loving, and patience. Your turn.
My turn. What is another word that's really important in our relationship? All right. Well, I'll throw one out. Mindful. Is cultivating, both of us cultivating awareness. Awareness of each other's experience, of what's happening internally, about what's I think it's hard to be kind. It's hard to be patient if we're not really paying attention, Mm-hmm. And again, with life, it's so easy to get into this like volition of like day after day, week after week, and it's easy to just get into that robotic and also like reactive self. And that's where we and couples get into problems, is when we're functioning from a purely reactive place versus a mindful and intentional place. So
I am in agreement with mindful. I like that because I was thinking of the word present, but I feel like mindful actually is more applicable to where we're at, because we do have a lot happening in our lives. And the more mindful we are and intentional we are about our relationship and your energy and my energy, that feels really caring and loving. And it's a nice weave into all of the words we have.
Absolutely.
Okay, so we have playful, loving, patience, and mindful. Okay, a fifth word. 6 words is a lot, but it's not too many. Why did we even decide on the number 6? Doesn't matter. Okay. I'm going to say, hang on.
I'm being very patient with your process right now.
I'm going to say trusting.
Ooh, trusting.
Yes.
Tell me more.
Trusting that we are getting better at handling each other's emotions and leaning in instead of defending ourselves. That to me is really important, because I love feeling accepted instead of judged for my emotional state, which I'm an emotional woman.
Yeah.
High maintenance emotionally, you know?
I mean, and I think trusting is so important because it's so foundational to a relationship.
Yeah.
That like we are meant to be in supporting, love, caring of one another. And if we're not working on developing trust between one another, like how in the world can we support each other? How can we feel stable? I mean, for me, trust is like, there's so much in the world. There's so many places where you have to be guarded, where you have to be protective. And I want to be in a relationship with you that we trust, even if things go a little sideways, that I still trust that it's all good, and we'll come around and we'll get there. We'll get through the difficult moment. We'll get through the conflict.
Yeah.
And trust is also like, it's pretty broad,
I mean, but it also relates to secure functioning. Like, even if we're going through a really difficult time or a really stressful situation, I trust that we'll be okay. We'll get through it.
Yeah.
Okay. I know it's your turn, but I have this word like...
see, I have one too. Oh my God. Well, this is cool. This is so we get the opportunity to...
No, I'm
to
serious.
Both throw
this
our
is
word
really
out.
important to me. So we might have to have 7.
All right.
What's your word?
Well, my word is flirty.
Oh, mine is not that.
I mean, and I'll just give you my flirty is that, I can't... That flirting is such like a fun part of the early part of your relationship where it's just like playful and fun and a little sexy, and so it provides this like real lightness in interactions. And again, so much is heavy in life that like preserving some sort of a flirty connection between us, I think is fun. So we'll throw mine out. Let me hear. What's yours?
Well, no, let me respond to that.
Oh, okay, sure.
I love it, but I don't think I'm quite there yet.
Yeah.
To have it on our board, only because my word was relaxed. And I feel like if our relationship, if our life feels like more relaxed, even though we're busy, and I'm not talking like just vegging out and watching TV, that then I'll have the opportunity to have space to have that flirty energy. But I just know that like without that, I won't be able to access that energy.
Okay.
But I want it to be up there. I'm hoping in the next 6 months I can put flirty up there.
Maybe relaxed will eventually lead to flirty being up there.
But I want to like know that yours is important. I just feel like for me right now, I couldn't access that quite yet.
Yeah.
But I want to.
So
I want to access playful.
So if we're going to put relaxed on our 6 things right now, I need to understand it better.
Relaxed. Okay. So I think of our daily grind, and I think of, all the individual work we're doing with ourselves in our therapy, within our relationship. And then I think about the center that we're running, which is amazing, right? There's 13 of us here, and the podcast that we have and all the different interactions we have with so many children and adults and couples daily. And I just feel like I want that all to be still very much there, but where my central nervous system is relaxed, instead of like, oh gosh, I have to do this today and I have to do this today. Because when I get into that place, I feel like I can't relax and I can't be playful, then I can't be flirty. It feels more of like a urgency instead of, so I want our life to still be the same, but with more of a relaxed energy. And I think that's for both of us, because I see you going too. And it's not like a relaxed energy going. It's like almost an urgency too, because we do have a lot on our plate, which is totally fine. So that's kind of what I mean by relaxed.
Yeah.
I'm thinking like nervous system relaxed. Don't do it when you want to go through it. Okay, sorry.
That's a whole different relax that he's talking about.
I know. I just happened. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, I got that. Like, 'cause when you were talking about it, what came to me was just like a sigh and my shoulders coming down. And that I think I don't always occupy that energy with you, or I walk into the house and I'm just like 5 steps ahead, or I think of just like being more aware of when there's tension in my body, of making a conscious effort to soften a little bit, to relax a little bit. And I could see how that then would feel good to you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like that would then allow in the few months, whenever, to be able to put like flirty or silly. Like I just know that I can't even access that right now, but I want to.
Yeah, because if it's like almost like trying to like force a square peg into a round hole, or it's trying to like bust through with flirtiness when there's like a wall of tension.
Yeah.
That I could see where like, hey, like in order for us to get to that thing that I would like to see in our relationship, that there's like a step that's there first, and that relaxes is it. And so I actually really like love that. And I feel like it's like really respectful and connected to my needs as well.
Yeah. So there we are, babe. We have our 6 words. We have playful, loving, patience, mindful, trusting, relaxed. And I feel like I'm so grateful that we had this opportunity to model this, because I think some people just pick 6 words out of like, oh, that would be cool. But it's really intentionally talking about why that would be important, and maybe saying, yes, I want that, but maybe not now. You're being just in a really honest, genuine way saying, what do we really want to develop or even improve in our relationship to make us have the relationship that we want? Well,
and I really like how we modeled in that last, when it was between flirty and relaxed, that sometimes, well, definitely a lot in a relationship, but sometimes in this exercise, you have competing needs.
Yes.
You each have a need for something, and you have to figure out a way to talk about it and sometimes prioritize one person's particular need above your own, and finding how they might actually be attached. They might actually be connected.
Yeah.
They might be like mutually beneficial to getting to a deeper place together, and both of you getting your needs met.
Yay. So I'll go home today and I will write these on our boards. I'll take a picture. Maybe I'll even share it on social media, but we would love to see, like, share your 6 words with us. However, because it's so fun to see other people's 6 words and the way they do them, or people are very creative at how they do their 6 words.
Right. Do this exercise with your partner, write them down, and we would love it if you sent us a picture of your 6 words, and if you even were willing, a picture of yourselves in front of them or something, and we would, obviously with your permission, we'd post them and help people see that this is an amazing exercise.
Oh my God, I love this. It could be like a whole new trend.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I hope everyone had a great time listening to this, and I really encourage you to do this exercise. Again, put the words up where you can see them. And anything else, E?
Well, I mean, I would just say, like, this exercise is a part of our relationship renovation at home program that's available on our website. It's one of many exercises in that program to support you and your partner understanding each other better, of becoming more empathetic to one another, of deepening your connection. This program, it's robust and it's full of amazing ways and incremental ways to connect more deeply, more lovingly with your partner. So please check out Relationship Renovation at Home. It's on our website, relationshiprenovation.com. And there's a little drop-down menu for online programs.
Awesome. Okay, well, thank you for listening. And as always, take care of yourself, take care of each other. Write down those 6 words. We want to hear them. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Me and you just singing on the train. Me and you listening to the rain. Me and you, we are the same. Me and you have all the fame we need. Indeed, you and me are we.
With one of the best savings rates in America, banking with Capital One is the easiest decision in the history of decisions. Even easier than choosing Slash to be in your band.
Next up for lead guitar. You're in.
Cool. Yep, even easier than that. And with no fees or minimums on checking and savings accounts, is it even a decision? That's banking reimagined. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One N.A. member FDIC.
92% of households that start the year with Peloton are still active a year later.
92% because of a bike?
Not just bikes. We also make treadmills and rowers.
Oh, let me guess, for elite athletes only, right?
Nope. It doesn't matter if you're an avid exerciser or new to working out. Peloton can help you achieve your fitness goals. 92% stick with it. So can you. Try Peloton bikes, tread or row risk-free with a 30-day home trial. New members only. Not available in remote locations. See additional terms at onepeloton.com/home-trial.